What is up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Mobility Flow. Today we will be doing an upper back, shoulder, and neck focused flow. It's great if you spend a lot of time sitting, if you are consciously or unconsciously slumping, you have pain or tension through the upper back area, or you just want to improve your posture overall. All you'll need for today's flow is yourself, your body, a bit of room to move around, and that is it. So if you're ready to get started, make sure to shoot me a thumbs up and let's get into it. Getting into today's workout, one movement will flow into the next. I've given us plenty of time in each position, so you shouldn't feel rushed, but I will be talking you through the entire workout. So as long as you're doing your best to keep up with me, that is what's key. We will be getting going in just about 10 seconds, so I will count you in when we get to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Kicking things off by coming to the back of our mat so we have some room in front of us. We're going to start with our feet about shoulder width apart, sitting back at the hips, walking the hands out, small little steps until we arrive in a full plank position. Lower as you would into a push-up before lifting the arms up behind you and rotating them around front. Bringing them back up, push up, and then walk the hands back up. All right, we're going to repeat just like that, coming to standing between reps, taking little steps as we ease into today's flow. So coming to that plank, lowering as you would into a push-up, extending the arms out back, rotating them around front, giving me a nice reach here, feeling the upper back engage, rotating them back around, putting them down, and either pushing back up from your feet or from your knees before walking the hands back up. Give me a few more nice controlled reps, just like that. Alright, from there what we're going to do is repeat with me walking down into an inchworm. And I'll tell you what we're going to do next once we get to the bottom position. So coming to that full plank. From here what I want you to do, hands under shoulders, legs extended out back. Bend your knees, shift the weight back to loaded bear. When you're ready, let's lift the hips to the ceiling as we drop our chest down. Coming to down dog, feeling the extension through your upper back. It's okay if your legs aren't straight here, just make sure that you're staying really heavy through the chest before coming back to plank and walking it back up with me. Okay, repeating just like that. So coming to standing, bending it forward, little steps, walking it out to that full plank. From here, we are going to shift our weight back to loaded bear, bending the knees, sitting our hips back. Then when you're ready, adjusting your hands if you need to. Lift the hips and drop the chest to down dog. If it helps you drop your chest deeper, I'd actually prefer for you to keep your knees bent. Really sinking your weight into that chest, extending through the shoulders before coming forward to plank and walking it back up. Standing it back up. We can walk it out one more time. We might not make it all the way through, but just keep going with me here. Loaded bear, up to down dog. All right, from there what we're going to do is coming forward into that full plank, we're going to move into a rolling plank. So from this position, I want you to imagine making a wave with your body, pushing down through the hands, hunching your shoulders, pulling your belly button in to continue that wave. Bring it all the way back to loaded bear, touching the knees down for a little break if you need to, before pressing back to plank. Now let's make that wave again. Starting by pushing the hands into the ground and hunching the shoulders, pulling the ribs and then the belly button in, all the way back to loaded bear, dropping the knees for a little break, before coming back to full plank. One more for me. Push the hands, then lift the ribs, the belly button, rolling it back, dropping the knees, and coming back to plank with me. Keep going if you have time. There goes that timer. All right, so now We have 15 seconds to get into a quadruped or hands and knees position. So I'd recommend coming to the center of your mat, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We are going to be getting with our next exercise right now. So dropping the chest down, allowing the shoulder blades to come together. What I want you to do from here is push your hands into the ground, pull your belly button in to feel a stretch through the backs of your shoulders as we rock back into child's pose. Now feeling the stretch at the backs of your arms. Hold for a brief pause before visualizing pulling the ground towards you with your palms. Keeping that nice belly button pulled high, the stretch through the backs of your shoulders. Then drop the chest down, allowing the shoulders to come together. Notice how I'm not focusing on arching my low back, it's just the upper back and shoulders here. Push the hands into the ground to pull the shoulders apart. And rock back to child's pose again. Holding for a brief stretch. Bringing it back. Dropping the chest and letting the shoulders come together. Pressing the hands into the ground to pull them apart. And here what I want you to do is rock back into child's pose again. What we're going to be doing is find a position where your hands are just extended enough that you feel that deep stretch right under the armpit. And what I want you to do is, once you're comfortable, sway your weight to one side and rotate your head in the opposite direction. So if I'm swaying my weight right, my head is rotating to the left. Bring it back to center. Sway to the left, rotate the head to the right. Holding for a brief pause. You should feel a stretch up your neck, up the back of your arm, back to center. Swaying again. Resting the head on the ground to help deepen that stretch. Back to center. And repeat. Just like that with me. From here, what we're going to move into is a child's pose walkout. So you're going to start all the way back with your bum as low to your heels as you can, starting with your arms extended in front. You should still feel a gentle stretch through the backs of your arms, but we're going to work to deepen that as we walk out. So when you're ready, what I'd like you to do is lift the bum up ever so slightly, and with your fingers, walk each hand forward. Your goal as we do this walkout is to keep your chest dropped as low as you can to the ground and feel that extension through your shoulders. Brief pause. Now let's pull the ground towards us again with the fingers, deepening the stretch. Think of keeping your bum high and your chest low. Another little step. Let's hold here until the end of this interval. Bum high, chest low, head neutral. All right, from there, we're going to come back to our quadruped position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, getting down to our elbows from here. All right, our starting position, I want you to shift your weight back and drop your chin down. What we're now going to do is rock side to side with this position. Shifting to the right, feeling the stretch deepen along the back side of your arm and through the shoulder. Shifting to the left. This should feel kind of like that child's pose stretch we just did, but with a slightly different emphasis. Really gentle, really slow as this is a deeper stretch. Just keep gently shifting your weight side to side. Staying heavy through that shoulder and through that elbow, so we're really using our body weight to our advantage on this. All right, from there, we're going to come back up to our hands under shoulders, bending one arm, open that elbow up toward the ceiling, then reach the arm through while pushing the other hand into the ground to deepen the stretch. You should be feeling this along the backs of our shoulder blades. Back to center, repeating on the other side. Open up with me. Then thread that arm through, using the opposite arm to push into the ground and deepen the stretch. Back to center. Bent arm opening up. Threading the arm through. Feeling this along the backs of the shoulder blades. Gentle rotation through the upper back. Probably have time for one more here. So opening up, threading it through, using that opposite hand to help deepen that stretch, deepen the rotation belt through the upper back before bringing it back to center. All right, we now have 15 seconds to get ready for our next position that we're gonna be in. So on your own time, come to low kneeling with me, bum on our heels, nice tall posture. We're going to get started with neck rolls. So starting with your head neutral, looking straight ahead, dip your head down to one side, keeping the chin tucked, rotate the head around to the other side. Allowing yourself to feel that stretch along the side of the neck. And as we rotate forward, feeling the stretch all the way around the neck. The neck is delicate, so don't do this one too quick. Take your time, be gentle.
Almost don't remember how it feels when you lay down in an open field. When you saw my dreams are turning real, so unreal. Do you like it better when the ocean's warm? Do you like it better when you see the sun? Do you like it better?
All right, from there, what I want you to do is bring your arms out in front for me. Now let's hug them across our front. If we were just stretching out our neck, we're now going to move that emphasis down to the backs of our shoulders and our shoulder blades. So we rock the body around. Give me little half circle rotations. Taking it to the side. And then rolling your shoulders forward and to the other side. All right, keeping a gentle grip around your arms. Trying to make this movement just about the upper back. Obviously, the rest of our spine is going to follow. We really want to feel that emphasis and that control through the upper back, through the shoulder blades, as we get into the rest of this flow.
When the sky is blue, I know I do. I know I do. In a sunlit state of mind.
All right, from there, I want you to bring your left leg forward, getting into a half kneeling position for me. So just like this, we're going to put our left hand on our knee, and our right hand we're going to take, thread through our legs as we stretch our back into a kind of hunched position. And then bring the arm up, bent, opening through the chest. Thread the arm through again. Feeling that stretch through the back of your neck and the back of your shoulders. And then bring the straight arm up. And I want you to extend the upper back and shoulder back as far as they'll go. So I don't want to see a lot of low back stretch here. I really want to see all that upper back range. Thread the arm back through. Bent arm open. Release through the chest. Threading it back through. Straight arm open. Feeling this through the shoulder. Fully extending that upper back and shoulder area. From there, what we're going to do is move to a side stretch. So both arms up now. Find your balance. Then stretch to the side. Towards your left, if your left leg is in front. Bring it back to center. Bend the right arm. Gently pulling that elbow now with the left. Straighten the arms. Leaning to the left. Back to center. Bend the right arm. Leaning to the left. Back to center. So we're going between straightened arms and bending that right arm. You should feel a stretch through your side, bit through your neck, maybe on the bent arm variation. A few more reps, just like this with me. All right, 15 seconds to get back down into our half kneeling position on the other side now. So bring the right knee in front. We're gonna repeat those two exercises we just did, but on the other side. So starting right now, threading the left arm through our legs. Feeling the stretch, hopefully through your upper back, your shoulders as you reach. Bringing the bent arm up, opening through the chest. Threading the arm through. Bringing the straight arm up, extending through the shoulder and upper back. So I don't want to see a lot of low back extension here. I want you to really give me everything you have through that upper back. Threading it back through. Bringing the bent arm up, opening through the chest. Threading it back through. Bringing the straight arm up, giving me everything you've got through that upper back and shoulder extension. Straight arm through. Bring the bent arm up, extending through the chest. Hold for a brief pause. All right, staying in this position, we're going to go into our side stretches, so extending both arms up. We're now going to extend towards the right. So bending towards the right, hold for a brief pause. Back to center. Bend the left arm this time. Grip the elbow with your right arm. Lean to the side. Back to center. Straighten both arms. Bending to the side. Back to center. Repeating just like that with me. Working to deepen the stretch a little bit each time if you can.
What is wrong with me? Should I try and take a leave? What is wrong with me? Does anybody know? 'Cause I don't know, I don't know.
All right, 15 seconds to get ready for our next position. So coming back to low kneeling for me. If this is tall kneeling, we're gonna sit our bottom down, coming to low kneeling at center mat, so you have a bit of room behind you, because we're getting going right back and down. So I want you to start by doing this plant, your left hand behind you. We're now going to push down through our shins, so extend through the hips, and reach up and over with the right arm. Feeling that stretch through the left shoulder, extension through the right. Bring it back down, planting the right hand now. Reaching with the left, feeling the stretch through the right shoulder, as well as the left shoulder, and repeating just like that with me. I struggle a little bit with my low back taking over on these stretches, so do your best to keep the emphasis through the upper portion of your spine, not letting your low back just take over on the entire range. Couple more. From there, complete your rep. What I want you to do is bring your bum onto the ground, legs out straight. We're going to be doing a gliding tabletop shoulder stretch. So, hands, fingers pointing towards your feet, heels gripping into the ground. We're going to pull our bum towards our heels as we feel the stretch build down the sides of our body and through our shoulders. When you're at the top tabletop position, if you can, gently pull your weight forward with your heels to deepen the shoulder stretch. Bring it back. Control the lower down. From there, we're going to repeat. So visualize pulling your heels towards your body, feeling the stretch build on the way up to the tabletop. Brief pause. Shifting the weight forward if you can. Bringing it back to neutral. Controlling the lower. Raise up one more time. All right, our next exercise is going to build off of that tabletop position. So adjusting if you need to. From here, we're going to push up into tabletop. As we do, I want you to reach with one arm up, then bring it down. Pressing up again, reaching, alternating which side reaches as you go. As you get more comfortable, you may find it helpful to have your fingers pointing to the sides instead of towards your toes. This is something you can experiment with and work to deepen that range of reaching with the arm each time. All right, like that, complete your rep. control your lower back down to the ground. Give yourself a little pat on the back, a little pat on the shoulders, because you made it through another mobility flow. This is a great flow to add into your weekly routine, add it on a recovery day, even add it after just a long day of work, being stuck at your computer, sitting, maybe a little bit hunched even if you're not aware of it. It's a great way to open up the chest, the shoulders, the neck, relieve tension in those areas. So I hope you enjoyed today's flow. If you did, definitely shoot me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm always grateful to work out with you, and I can't wait for our next workout together.